Hey guys, welcome back to the Tac City Tech live stream. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday. Once again, if you guys are in stream, I know it's been a little while since we've done a stream on YouTube on this platform, or actually put a video out. But we just want to give you guys a little update on what we've been up to, what's been going on, and I know Black Friday, the holidays are pretty much upon us.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I can already hear the Christmas music and Mariah Carey. So.
Nice, dude.
Shout out Mariah Carey. It's a great song. If it just I didn't have to hear it for 6 hours a day. Anyways, with that being said,
Rose the Grinch.
cold starting the Corolla.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, with that being said, Tax City wise, coming up this week. Today is Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving. If you guys happen to be playing at your local field today, um, please have fun. Be safe. Uh, it's the night before Thanksgiving, and I know, at least lately, a lot of people have been partying and getting together. So I hope everybody has a really nice holiday, gets home safe and everything. I know we're pretty slammed today downstairs on the field. A lot of people are off school, off work, out with family early,
Yeah,
family and
pretty
friends.
surprised as well.
Yeah,
I had people asking me, "Is it normally this busy?" No,
yeah,
but our slowest season is immediately followed up by our busiest. So
yeah. So everyone's out here having a good time. So happy Thanksgiving to you guys. We will be having a Black Friday sort of pro shop sale, and that includes tech as well, I believe. I haven't had an actual chance. The flyer actually just got released on our Instagram at Tac City Airsoft. So if you guys want details, you can just hop
check the
on.
social media.
Yeah, hop on that real quick. There should be a Black Friday poster up, but I do know for a fact I believe we're doing like 10 to 20% off in the pro shop on select items. Uh,
Mostly everything that is not like BBs or green
yeah,
gas, I believe.
consumables will be off the list as it is for most retail stores
But
every year.
everything else with a price tag.
Um, but like if you guys are looking to get yourself into a new replica or a new set of gear, a mask, anything like that,
Or
accessories.
memberships.
Yeah, memberships will be on sale. Diamond memberships, including current members that need to renew, I believe will be $500. But then after that, I believe we're taking away the bronze and all that. Diamond will be the only option for our membership. Either commit and have fun, uh, or not. That's fine. But it is available if you guys do want it, and if you guys do find yourself playing here a lot, and you guys are here every weekend. The Diamond membership sale is most definitely, I think, our best bang for buck. Because with the Diamond membership, you get pretty much all the perks. You get to play as much as you want, um, as well as you get $100 tech credit. So if you happen to get a new gun and want to upgrade it with some parts immediately after getting your membership, that is also a bonus. You also get free passes on top of it to bring your buddies. So there's that. So it's a pretty big value package. So definitely look into that. We're also having tech, like I said, tech sales specifically since this is a tech live stream. I believe for tech, we will be offering if you spend a certain amount of money on parts. On the flyer, it says that you will get a kind of tech credit or a tech gift card. We will be introducing a sort of updated gift card system along with our new website, which I'll kind of add to in a bit here.
Yeah, we're gonna have a web store, guys.
Yeah, so we are
It's gonna be
creating.
up in time for Black Friday,
Yeah, hopefully, that is
most
the
likely.
that is the goal. We will have a new web store and website. Our current website and domain is still live. It's still taxcityairsoft.com, but that will be getting updated sometime soon here in the next couple 24 to 48 hours. With that will be coming a kind of updated gift card and kind of certificate system. What that'll allow us to kind of do is give people, like if you guys ever get work done up here, you guys know we do give out tech credit depending on the situation, such as memberships, such as sales, like Black Friday. If you buy a certain amount of parts, we will give you a kind of gift card or certificate for tech labor. That certificate will only be valid for the labor charges on work. So if you guys have to get parts installed, that will cover it. That is basically a freebie. There will be other gift cards, such as our usual Pro Shop and entry gift cards, and those can be used to gain entry, admission, anything in the Pro Shop. The tech gift cards will be separate, so we'll have our own little system. What this will also allow us to do is basically, you know, as a tech, if you guys have looked into airsoft and seen airsoft work done before, there is a fair, I guess, margin of error, and that will allow us to more easily, I guess, take care of you guys as customers, on our end in terms of getting work done. So, but there's that. So that's all our Black Friday sales and events. I believe after Black Friday, there will be a continuing like December holiday sale. I've yet you guys will see that when we release our flyer on Instagram, like I said. So, but the web store, what do you think is going to happen? We got a lot of parts to unload, man. I mean, there's stuff that our
Yeah,
viewers,
I don't know. I don't know how popular it's going to be. To be
yeah,
honest with you,
there's stuff that are,
It's either not going to be that slow, or we're going to have a tough time keeping our stuff to sell you guys in stock for when you want to come here and buy them. Maybe that's a good thing. But yeah, I think they're still figuring out just a couple details, shipping and
yeah,
all that. But yeah,
yeah,
I believe the website is fully functional. It's just not been launched yet,
yeah,
or has not been attached to the Tac City URL quite yet. Something like that. I don't know.
yeah. No, I'm
Where have we
excited.
been, man?
We've been on
We've
Twitch,
been on Twitch.
so I don't know if we chat's kind of dead right now. I don't know if
Maybe they're over there.
oh God, I would hope
How
not.
many
But
people are gonna stay between going back and
our
forth?
usual audience on YouTube here, if you guys are rewatching the stream replay, which I'm pretty sure it still saves our replays on YouTube. If it doesn't, I'm going to be very upset. Um, Understandably, YouTube. Anyways, if you guys are
I think it'll
watching
save.
the replay, I think we're fine. It'll save. Um, but if you guys are watching the replay or rewinding, whatever, you can join. If you guys joined late, we are over on Twitch on Wednesdays. Now, YouTube is not our typical platform anymore. We
Not
made the
anymore.
switch. Yeah, we made the switch about 2 weeks ago just on a whim, just because Twitch is a little more relaxed on their policies when it comes to airsoft.
Yeah, you'll notice this is an airsoft tech department live stream, and you see some parts, but you don't see the thing that the parts go into. YouTube doesn't like us showcasing those.
Yeah. So if you guys would like to see more of that, you guys can definitely promote our Twitch, check out our Twitch. Our Twitch is the same as our YouTube. Noah Florido says hi. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Welcome, welcome.
Happy
But yeah,
holidays.
like I said, Noah's just joining. So if you want to check out more stuff, definitely follow our Twitch. It's the same as our YouTube. It's Tac City Airsoft. But our Twitch is kind of the full access. Like you will see everything we work on just because their policies allow us to.
And that's where you're gonna find us next week.
Yeah. So we'll be doing alternating streams, obviously, because we do care about our YouTube audience, and we know some of you guys don't have Twitch. So we'll be
But
here.
we care about Twitch more.
Yeah, we'll be here every so often. I don't know where Hudson is. Um,
Yeah, man. He's probably
yeah,
on Twitch, man.
he's probably on Twitch. But yeah, we've been on Twitch about 2 weeks now. Yeah, 2 weeks. This is our YouTube kind of revisit. So, like I said, today though, outside of the Black Friday stuff and the holiday stuff, as well as that Twitch update, I will link the Twitch in the description if the replay saves. With that being said, for our next YouTube series, you guys be open after Thanksgiving? Yes. So Black Friday will be open 10 a.m. For Pro Shop. For gameplay, the admission and field does not open until 3 p.m. on Friday. But
Oh, are we doing holiday hours?
yeah, we're doing holiday hours, so we'll be open on Friday. So if you're
At
not
3
doing,
p.m., not
yeah,
5 anymore.
yeah, if you're looking to run off some of those calories from that bird that you just ate the night before, we will be open. Um, Moving on from the holiday stuff, our next YouTube series. We were presented a couple weeks ago with a couple interesting gel blasters that we brought on Twitch. If you guys would like to see the replicas themselves, we'll bring them on Twitch again in the next coming streams as we work on this.
And you'll see the series uploaded piecemeal onto YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So the deal was we got these gel blasters. Our boss brought them in. It's okay. And he said, hey, man, I want you to tell me what you can do with these. And we took a quick look at them, and they pretty much look like airsoft guns. Um, in that we could put these parts into them, that the gearboxes are almost identical. There's a couple differences, like the barrels, obviously, hop ups, nozzles. There's no bucking in the Jug
Magazine.
Blaster. The
Yeah.
magazine, yeah, but
Magazine,
the
feeding
functional drivetrain of the actual Gel Blaster, at least the ones that we were looking at, some of the ones I've seen,
version 2.
totally
Yeah.
compatible with 90% of what you can throw in a version 2 gearbox shell. And I know, I think we mention this every time we say Gel Blasters. I don't know if it's Australia or New Zealand, one of those two places.
Both.
Yeah.
I
Both
went
of
down the
them,
rabbit hole
there's a
because
gel ball scene over there for sure.
yeah, I went down the rabbit hole with that because we had some Australian like counterpart friends, um, in terms of like Speaky Beat, really into that. Play a lot of those events. I
You
know,
talking about Gray?
yeah, back
Yeah.
in the day, yeah, it was pretty big in Australia. And then the whole, if you guys are you guys haven't seen or heard, uh, kind of similar to California's like SB 189. Australia kind of cracked down on airsoft, and it was much more extreme than what we have here in the
Yeah, it
states.
was de facto banned. They made it such a hassle to
Yeah.
participate in it that it's more worth it just to
So apparently,
use a different projectile and call it something totally different.
friends in Australia that like studied abroad, and when they came back to the U.S. Recently, I was informed that it's harder to buy like an airsoft gun, like a pellet gun, an air gun. It's harder to buy an air gun in Australia than it is to legally buy a firearm in California.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's harder to buy a gun over there, which would
No,
be
no.
crazy.
It's harder to buy an airsoft like air gun over there than it is to buy a legal like firearm here.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
It's
it's. I don't
it's
know if
pretty
it's
difficult
difficult
because
to
they
buy a gun.
you're
They
supposed
just.
to be like 18. You gotta have a license. It's gotta be registered.
Mhm.
You know, so they went to Gel Ball. Gel Ball is a kind of spin-off of airsoft. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it's kind of like Orbeez, but like
That's exactly
completely
what they are. They're guns that shoot things
Orbeez.
that are like Orbeez,
Yeah, they shoot little Orbeez that
but
are
they're meant
about
to be shot.
6 to like 8 millimeters in size. But yeah, they're meant to
Bigger,
be
I think,
shot.
like 8 mil.
Yeah, they don't really hurt. You definitely feel them.
Well, for this close, it might. It'll
Yeah,
sting.
no, well, I mean, I'm not gonna condone anything, but I've messed around with high-end gel blasters with no iPro and got hit in the face, and they don't really do anything.
Yeah.
To be completely
Well,
honest,
that's the coolest thing
yeah,
about them is
they're
that we
pretty
don't
safe.
recommend that you use these things without iPro. Um, but if you do, you're probably less likely to lose a tooth or
Yeah,
your eyeball.
they're relatively safe. They do kind of break on impact, and it's just little water beads almost.
Yeah, it was more
Uh,
of you would see some cheap Chinese ones. You could probably get something like that in an ice cream truck somewhere by you, um,
yeah,
towards a geared towards a younger audience. And
yeah,
then
especially if you guys have like younger
the
siblings.
existing AEG architecture was adapted to fire those.
Yeah. So basically, what we have on the table, though, so we got these three gel blasters. They're from a mix of companies. There were a couple that I could tell were OEM by Elite Force or Ares because they have the Ares switchboard in there.
Hmm.
I know those are proprietary in a sense. I'm sure they perform just fine how they are.
Well,
Um,
I wouldn't be so confident to say that they're OEM'd by Ares because who knows what kind of connections those
yeah,
gel
well,
ball
it seemed to
manufacturers
look
have. They might be able to source parts from all different kinds of brands. Like that's what I saw when I looked at mine.
it seemed to look like that. And then I saw the one that you were looking at, which was more like JG
It looked like
style.
a JG shell.
Yeah, and it had
If
like
it wasn't JG,
standard.
it looked like SEMA.
Yeah, it had standard style selector. You can, I went down the rabbit hole, like I said, and I've seen guys in Australia do pretty much what we're doing
Yeah, they have.
inside of a gel blaster,
If you guys don't know what an ESG is, imagine. I
a
mean, you could
paintball
probably
gun
type it. Yeah, it's a paintball gun that takes airsoft mags. That's it.
with
Um,
Orbeez.
well, no, they shoot airsoft BBs here at Tac City. It's the most popular piece of equipment, I guess, because I can't say the G word. Um, that's the thing that all the tournament players like to use because the form factor of a paintball gun, uh, and they already have those over in Australia. They've had them for a year or more,
Yeah, and they've
and they're gel balls.
Yeah,
Same thing.
you can HPA gel ball too.
There are hop ups. Yeah, yeah, they're Polar Stars. I mean,
Yeah,
when I say ESG, that means tank in the grip
yeah,
line.
yeah, yeah.
So
You can HPA. But anyways, we got these builds. I went down the rabbit hole. It seems like for the most part they're version 2 compatible. So I went ahead and I picked out a couple things. A lot of these will pertain to the gel blaster, but a lot of these are also going to be kind of like
excuse me.
my latest picks on parts. This is kind of the realm in terms of what I've been kind of doing outside of work and messing around with. I have a shot. Polish art solenoid is stuttering. What do you think that could be the cause?
Is it old?
Yeah, it could be anything. It could be old. I
Could
would
be your
bring,
wiring's messed up.
yeah, I would bring
Solenoid
that in.
wires might be
That kind
crossed.
of that's gonna be a difficult one to answer.
Diagnose over live stream, probably
Yeah,
not.
without hearing the toy itself in front of me, yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
could be settings. Who knows, man?
Um, but most of these parts are kind of pertain to like what I've been messing around with in my off time. Lately, I went through my spare parts stuff. I had a lot of 18 to 1 stuff, so I was really just making 18 to 1 single sector builds just to kind of see like the extremes of like an 18 to 1 and what I could and couldn't do with them and how they kind of ran. And then that kind of applies to the gel blasters just because we don't really want to like tear down this gel blaster, so to speak,
Mm,
but I want to build upon what is,
there's a retro shell on the table.
yeah. Well, the retro shell is kind of, look, man, Black Friday's coming up. If you guys like cool stuff, this retro shell, if you guys have an AG and you never want to break your gearbox shell, buy one of these and you will probably get the tech credit to install it. These are CNC aluminum, aircraft grade aluminum.
7075, which if you don't know what that means, it means it's the tougher aircraft grade aluminum.
Yeah. But with that aluminum, your gearbox will never break. This is one of my kind of all-time go-to favorite parts. I mean, on the market right now, there's really only a couple companies that make CNC gearboxes. It has a weak click, but still fires a nozzle. I think your solenoid's going out, bro. I'm gonna be
You
honest.
got to replace that.
Yeah. Um, these are some of the more readily available CNC gearboxes on the market. I know Aztec makes one. Makes a variety actually for APS and TM spec.
They actually make, so we're kind of getting on a tangent, but Aztec Innovations is a company over in Australia
Oh, here we go with the
who are deep
papetless
into
gel blasters.
gel blasters as well as adjacent airsoft upgrades, meaning they're doing like, they have a tri-sector gear set, which if you don't know what that is, it's a dual sector gear if you don't know what that is.
We'll explain that shortly.
Sector gear pulls your piston back. DSG, in theory, doubles your rate of fire because it only pulls the piston back, uh, halfway. TSG is an even shorter stroke with even more rate of fire, which is really funny.
Yeah,
And so they make a complete,
yeah. I think
expensive set.
the difference between like a airsoft versus a gel blaster version of like a higher end high speed gun that would be interesting to kind of compare. I mentioned earlier before the stream was voluming because it doesn't take that much to spit Orbeez out of a barrel, right? So theoretically, you can get pretty wild with a DSG, TSG.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they even, Aztec Innovations is most certainly probably the most innovative company on the market right now. They're doing a whole tapetless cylinder head thing. They just
I
came
would
out with
say
a new
so. When it
iteration of
comes
one. They
to
have a whole they have a whole receiver set where the gearbox itself is not something that you remove from the body. It's actually integrated into the receiver itself,
what
which
was
is
Shin?
I don't know, man. But if you haven't seen that, I
No,
follow them on Instagram. So whenever they
but
come
you
out
know,
with
I
these
might
cool
have to
little
take a
products,
peek either after the stream
yeah, it's
during the
cool,
break.
man. It's weird.
But yeah, I'm kind of inclined to agree on
They're
the
doing a lot of cool stuff.
spectrum of AEG stuff. Yeah, Aztec is kind of doing stuff that no one's ever seen. To
Yeah,
be
I haven't
honest.
seen too many of their stuff, but
Yeah,
honestly, they look like they know what they're doing with aluminum. So if you're looking for a gearbox shell and you don't want to spend less money, you want to spend more, you can always get the Aztec and
yeah.
pay to have it shipped.
Aztecs are nice. Retro is just the retro arms is
Gold
just,
standard.
yeah. It's the standard. It's readily available. I know Mancraft makes a lot of receipt. Mancraft. If you guys are have been playing airsoft for a while,
Yeah, if you guys are subscribed to Scout the Doggy,
yeah,
if you know
you'll
who
know what
that is.
Mancraft is. Mancraft is a really old company. They go way back.
Over in the UK, I believe,
Yeah,
right?
they make HPA. They make
They make gearboxes.
they make gearboxes.
Okay.
I've actually had my hands on one. They're very comparable in quality to like a retro.
I mean, most of these
Yeah,
aluminum gearboxes are going to be, from billet to whatever aluminum they claim in the description. 6061, 7075 is the better one. That's probably the one you want.
yeah,
These guys make a steel gearbox now.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
$200.
Retro Arms also makes a CNC steel
Ridiculous.
gearbox.
Don't buy it unless you have $270 burning a hole in your pocket. That'll cover shipping.
Yeah. Um,
Maybe you won't. Actually, heavier.
Minecraft is a lesser known company if you guys don't know. It's usually not offered. The reason we don't really see a lot of it is it's not really offered through like your mainstream like retail or
You don't really see that
distribution.
stuff over here. They're more of like a local thing over
Yeah.
there.
So if you guys know what you're looking for, or if you guys are curious, you can ask us. We can point you in the right direction. But it's definitely
That's the right direction. Get the
overseas.
retro.
But retro is going to be the easiest. It's readily available. You can walk into any airsoft store in almost any 50 states of United States of America and find a retro arms gearbox.
Are there airsoft shops in all 50 states?
Pretty sure there is. I met a guy from Montana the other day, Tech Airsoft. Apparently, he has like a lot of subscribers on YouTube, so maybe I'll hit him up. He gave me his business card. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
Is he in Montana now?
Yeah, he's in Montana.
Okay.
He was here for our Crytek event. Loved.
I see.
Yeah, he
Okay.
saw our whole tech department and saw everything. I was like, yeah, maybe we'll
Cool.
get together. And then I looked him up. Yeah, he does a fair bit of tech work and YouTube stuff. So maybe we'll hit him up, get a collab. But yeah, he's out in Montana. He's a local guy. So, even though there's not many fields out
I'm sure
there,
it's a lot outdoor.
yeah, it's a lot of outdoor. Um, but the guy seemed, he's a cool dude. Seemed to love what he did um, and have a good sense of knowledge on the range of parts that are available, even though he's kind of somewhere where airsoft maybe isn't like as popular,
Yeah, a
right?
little more of an airsoft
Uh,
desert, so to
yeah,
speak.
we're pretty saturated and all that out here in SoCal. But Gel
Anyways,
Blasters,
yeah,
we
parts.
got on a little tangent, but that's why
Retro
he joined
shell.
the
Okay, what
live stream.
else?
I've got this Prune V2 hybrid.
Your
Uh,
favorite?
yeah, this is one of my favorite MOSFETs. The main reason being, it's $75. I'm poor. I'm poor. Okay. If you're poor like me,
If you're poor, come to Tac City. We'll sell you stuff.
yeah, we'll make you even more poor. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm poor. I don't like buying expensive stuff, especially if I can get something that works for less than whatever it costs for.
You don't spend $150 for a MOSFET. It's literally half the cost.
Yeah, this is $75. I'm just gonna give you guys a quick glimpse of the board itself. Very small board.
It's electronic.
Yeah, it's optical and magnetic. The reason this board is so cost effective is it only has one optical sensor for, I believe, the selectors. Yeah, or it has the selectors, which are optical, and the sensor for the gear is optical. But when it comes to your trigger mechanism, they include this little,
It's magnetic.
yeah, magnetic. It kind of goes on your trigger, and yeah, that's your sensor. These are $75. We have them available. We just restocked on them. I think we have like a co-op ton of these. But they're my favorites just because of the cost. They're looking to do a relatively budget build and still have the performance of like your Gate Titans and Leviathans.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, I've never had an issue with them. I know Garrett isn't the biggest fan of like,
Just due to the trigger, it's a little bit trickier to tune them
yeah, so
to where I like to have mine,
yeah, so
but
that's understandable.
it is 100% possible.
But I've had one of these. I've run them in high stress DSG 18 to 1 setups. Well, that's not really high stress. I haven't run. I mean, I just haven't theoretically tried out in like a 10 to 1 or something super extreme. But even on
Yeah,
like a
I don't know if you want to pick a budget MOSFET for that, but it does the job. I mean,
yeah on an 18 to
75 bucks,
1,
give it a shot.
18 to 1 DSG
What motor?
with a SHS high torque, this thing got me about 45 rounds a second. I don't know how. It was on
Yeah.
bearings. And it lasted. And I still have that MOSFET. I've never had an issue with it. Perun's customer service is quite good as well. So if you guys do have an issue, you can always contact them or have us contact them for you if we're working on your replica. And they're more than happy to replace these.
I will say I do quite like the Perun MOSFETs, especially like a lot of the other offerings that they have.
Yeah, the
They have
Vector.
they have made MOSFETs for guns that generally don't see stuff for it. Like they have ones particular for the P90, the AUG, which those are like some weird bullpup options,
Yeah, so
where the
kids have the
triggers are not the same, not like a standard trigger you would see in another airsoft gun. They have one for the Chris Vector as well, the Crytek one. That one you don't even actually have to take the gearbox apart to put that one in, which was weird. I did one of those recently.
he
I
said
think the biggest flaw, what's up?
he said, "Is there a way to clean a jack solenoid?" It probably
Uh,
is. I would actually.
I've never bothered.
I honestly have never bothered to be honest. But if you head over to
YouTube.com or Google,
Amped,
you can ask the
I know they
question
have a
there.
yeah. Amped has a tutorial on like
Oh, did
the
they
whole
actually cleaning
yeah. They have a whole
solids?
maintenance tutorial on the engine.
Cool.
But yeah, I guess moving on with
Shout
parts.
out Amped Airsoft.
Yeah, shout out Amped.
Use
So
code.
we got the
Well, I
MOSFET
don't want to use this
out of
code.
the way. I kind of have a couple drivetrain parts here.
Well, wait, actually, there's something I wanted to say about the Perun
Oh,
before we go any further.
sure.
All of their MOSFETs, I think, have one flaw, which, if you're careful, it's not a big deal, but the wiring, the actual insulation for those is very easy to damage, and it's big too. So you got to make sure that it's
Yeah,
clear of
very
any
soft.
parts of your gearbox shell
Uh,
before you close it.
yeah. The nice thing about them is yes, it is very soft, like malleable wiring. So it's like the wiring. It's not like a Titan where you put it in, it keeps wanting to pop up. Like you can
Yeah,
lay.
it's not quite as stiff, but it's
Uh,
just easy to tear.
yeah, it's very easy to tear, but it's very
So
easy to like lay down in the gearbox,
so
set it in
watch
place,
out for
forget about
those.
it.
That's it.
If you guys are more advanced, you can do what one of my friends did and just rewire the whole MOSFET completely.
Yeah, just put new wires on there if you
Yeah, he
guys
put new wires
are
on, new
capable of
heat shrink,
soldering.
and he put like one of those
There's a
for
signal wire, right? It's just positive, negative.
yeah, it's just oh, there is a signal wire,
Oh, whatever.
but he put braided uh the guard, put
Uh,
like a guard over and heat shrink. Yeah, so if you guys are a little more advanced, you can definitely rewire them and get even more bang for your buck. Basically. Anyways, moving on. Drivetrain parts. We got gearbox. We got electronics. Drivetrain parts that lately I've kind of been diddling with. Um, Two opposite ends of extremes. These are a 22K and a 40K motor. If my camera would kindly turn on, there we go. Forehead in the screen.
well, actually, they make a motor even slower than the 22K.
Yeah, they make an 18K, but these
And they make a motor even faster than the
this
40K.
motor is a 22K from ASG. This is the Infinity 22K. These have great efficiency, decent amount of torque. If you guys are just looking for semi-auto response, you don't really need full auto.
Personally, that's my
These work.
favorite motor to sell to people.
Yeah, these work just fine. The other end of the extreme is a 40K motor. Now I've been messing with these with a higher ratio gear setup with like 16 or 18 to ones.
And what are those?
These are Tianli 40K motors.
I just wanted to hear you try to pronounce the name of the
Tianli,
company. But yeah,
I don't
Tenli, Tianli,
Tianli.
Tinli.
This
I've
is
heard it said all
GT.
those ways.
This is the OG GT 40,000.
Yeah,
They make
those
a
are.
GT 45, but I know GT 40,000 on a high ratio gear setup like an 18 to 1 stock ratio, you'll get 30 rounds a second.
Well, just depending on your spring, but a little bit about the company itself. That is more of an OG company for sure. Those guys have been making motors, and they used to be known as the best motors. We live in a time
We're
of
brushless motors.
airsoft where not even brushless, just like brush motors, like the Infinities, the ASG motors are very, very good. But Tianli was always a cut above everybody for a very, very, very long time. I don't know if all of their motors are hand wound, but they definitely do offer hand wound motors. I don't know if they've gone away from that in recent years. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. It's just really nice. All the components they use, the way they balance the motors is all very, very good. So it's definitely that's why that has such a big price tag on it.
Yeah, it's
But you're
definitely
not
got a
getting
tag.
you're not getting short of what your
Yeah,
money's
but I think
worth
like
on that.
one of the combos, maybe even for a gel blaster, that would be kind of bang for your buck is a nice motor like this and a MOSFET.
Or like this. Skip the MOSFET. Just go straight for because you're taking so long to explain your build. I want to throw just a straight brushless in there, see how well the internals last up, and if it's not fast enough, I also want a DSG because I
Yeah,
think
Garrett
that would be
wants to go
funny.
crazy. He wants to go crazy, go stupid
But
with
I
it.
don't want to strip the piston.
So,
So
um, but
yeah.
yeah, we're going with the brushless for yours. The brushless is kind of like a MOSFET on its own because of the electronics inside the
Yeah,
motor.
I just want to
Um,
beef up the actual drivetrain. I don't know how well the stock gears are going to last. I mean, I have boneyard gears if they can't, and I have this one sitting right here. I wanted to make sure that the piston and the actual piston head and the cylinder had good compression. So I want to take a look at those parts, see if I can
Logan B.
exchange them for what I have here.
Logan said, "Let me come up, crib. I'm on some kids." All right,
Yeah,
yo, Logan, live stream's about to be over in like
when the stream's
5.
over, don't worry.
Yeah, we got you, bro. Uh, anyways, drivetrain wise, that is kind of my choice. For me, yeah, like a 40K and a decent MOSFET, or not even a MOSFET, just a 40K.
But also stock gears. None of
Yeah,
us pop gears out here except for the one.
yeah, stock gears. The one thing that I may or may not do is ball bearings.
Yeah, I didn't know if the gearbox, if it was going to be an 8
Yeah,
mil or what's going on.
but if it is 8 mil, I would like to do ball bearings just because I like bearings, and these were some of the nicer ones
What
that.
a waste of modified ceramics going in a
Yeah,
stock
yeah, we'll throw some modified ceramics,
JG
JG
gearbox.
gearbox. You know, uh,
That'd
I
be
mean,
cool.
honestly, this packet of ball bearings to me is probably worth more in performance than a JG gearbox shell.
So
So
you would trade a JG shell with a grip and a motor for a packet of those
yeah,
modified ceramic bearings,
yeah, I
which
would.
are known by some to be the best bearings you can purchase on the market.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd trade that. That's worth two JG shells with a motor. That's worth a lot to me.
So
But
if you
yeah,
guys have two JG shells and you would like to trade, just kidding.
but yeah, I think we are kind of running up close on the stream end time. So I'm gonna start closing out with our audience.
Sure.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing this series on Gel Blasters. We're gonna be shooting it. I don't know how many parts it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to keep it within 1 to 2, 3 parts maybe. 3 part series for you guys on YouTube. You guys will be able to watch us actually go through and install all these parts, and you will see the mistakes. You will see like what we have to deal with in there, so that you guys know.
And I, do you
So
think in a week or so on Twitch we're gonna give them a little bit of progress report
yeah,
action going on?
we'll probably be on Twitch with at least one of those gel blasters split open. So please go follow us on Twitch. It's the same as our YouTube. It's the same as our YouTube and our Instagram. So yeah, go check out Twitch, man. We will see you guys next week. We're gonna go have a good Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have happy holidays. Thank you for joining us today and going over these parts. We will see you guys on Black Friday if you guys are coming by for the sale. Other than that, take care of yourselves.
If you're not coming by for this sale, look on our website for the web store. That's coming very soon.
Yeah, I believe we may or may not have some stuff up on there for sale as well.
That's
Probably
yeah,
by
that's what I meant.
yeah by early Monday. So if you guys aren't
Lots
doing
of stuff like
Cyber Monday, dude, go on our website.
guns, tech
Yeah,
parts, even. I don't
yeah,
know if
yeah.
those are going to be all included from the get go. But anyways,
You guys have a good one.
yeah.